Let's take you behind the scenes at training camp. I'm sitting along the back fence one day, and they're doing the sled drills. All right? All the linebackers are just going up. They hit the sled. They're trying to shed the block and get off of it. Were you there next to me for this?
I was.
Jaylon Smith had an embarrassing performance. It was sad. It really was. I got the video. I retweeted this morning at 105.3 SS. Not once, not twice, but 3 different times Jaylon did not do the drill correctly. And he was so frustrated. Someone next to me was like, this is an example of him pressing. No one else had any problems like this doing the simple drill. That's it. And then I turned to someone else, and I was like, what's up with him? What is the deal? And this person told me, smile on the outside, different behind the scenes. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I've always wondered with Jaylon, someone that's always that happy and always that optimistic, it's a great attitude. It's like, I felt a little bit bad. I feel a little bit bad for Jaylon Smith today. The way he swiped and celebrated on the field drove me crazy. He was delusional, and that's why he turned into Jaylon Swipe. But it's still a positive attitude. One of the things we mess up, I think, in life is we have these scary moments. Maybe it's a hospital scare. Maybe it's an accident. Maybe it's, cancer. And you're like, if you just get me past this, God, I promise I'll be a different person. I promise I'll appreciate life more. But what do? We always end up forgetting about it.
Oh, God. By the end of the day.
By the end, we always end up forgetting about it. The thing I admire the most about Jaylon Smith, he never seemed to forget what he overcame. He never seemed to forget, and he was grateful for every step and every rep and every play that he could get out there for after what happened at Notre Dame. I really do admire that about him, and anyone who actually doesn't forget that horrible moment that they ask for help with. But he couldn't play, or he couldn't play as an impact player. It was a horrible contract the Cowboys gave him. They gave it to him for no reason. We can argue whether the pick was a bad one as well in the second round, as I have the guys that were drafted after him. But another person I really, really trust at training camp said, smile on the outside, different behind the scenes. And I was like, how so? What do you mean? And the suggestion of troublemaker might be a little bit too far, but with what this person told me at camp, it makes me think Jaylon was having a hard time dealing with the demotion and a hard time dealing with everyone wanting to run him out of town over the past few seasons. That's the only thing that makes sense, because the biggest question about this story is still why? Why now? But apparently Jaylon was different behind the scenes than what we all saw in front of the camera and in front of the microphone, and I found that fascinating.
I found it fascinating too.
But you saw that drill. The drill was like we're all looking at each other like, okay, I don't want to blow this up and be first fake media take person, but like, he can't even do the drill compared to these 6 other linebackers. A simple drill, and he's getting frustrated. And the coach is like taking him to the side, like, come on, you can do this. And I'm like, this is way too much effort and encouragement for something this small.
It was very odd. And maybe it was I don't think it was a new drill. I
think we've seen it.
I think we've seen it. If it was a new drill, I'd give a pass for it. If it's a new drill, new technique. But I don't think it's a new technique. I mean, there was nothing new about, hey, hit the tackling dummy and push. That's not new. Jaylon was, the moment he got the contract, he was kind of put on notice from the fan standpoint that, now you're no longer puppy dogs and ice cream.
Yeah. Once he was able to run, he was put on notice. It was like, okay, we were all rooting for Jaylon, and we're like, hey, look at what he's doing. And he's starting to go side to side in the offseason workout videos. And again, we were all in love. No one was more in love than Jerry, of course, because Jerry is always a sucker for a story. But once he was able to move okay and that contract, the notice was on, and we wanted production, and we wanted impact plays. And I'm trying to think of his biggest impact play. Trying to think of what was Jaylon Smith's best moment here on the field. It should come to mind, like there should be one that or two that were like, oh yeah, that play, Because we already have it with Micah Parsons.
See, that's interesting. What's Micah's?
I mean, Micah with the Herbert sack. You know, the game against the Chargers, like you remember that as like that was whoa. Are you serious? The way he tracked Herbert down in the backfield with that bad call that they made with the sack.
For me with linebackers, the way I kind of look at linebackers is, and I almost look at the same with corners. If I don't notice you, that's probably a good thing.
Not for me,
because to me, it's all about maintaining your discipline, the integrity of the assignment, and not making mistakes.
I mean, how about like a monstrous hit? How about like a pick? How about tracking someone down? How about a ball strip? I mean,
to me, on those positions, I want no mistakes.
Okay,
I
want that from my offensive lineman. That's just me. But
to me, give me. That's why I like Byron Jones. I mean, he gave it 300 yards of total offense his last year here. That's fantastic. That's what I want. We only notice corners when they make interceptions or get beat. We don't notice them on the 58 other snaps where they cover their man. That's what I like. I want to view the linebacker the same way. If I don't notice you, that's a good thing because you didn't get beat. You didn't blow your assignment. That's how I like to look at it.
The play that was pointed out by John Machota was the play in Week 4 against the Texans. 2018 season, 4th and 1, Deshaun Watson's running towards the pylon, and Jaylon cuts him off. That was the one play he mentioned. That was the one play where he's like, that's what will, according to Machota, he tweeted out, that's the play that Jaylon will be known for. And in my mind, I'm like, no, the play he'll be known for is the game against the Bears in which the Cowboys were down 24-7, and he hit the swipe in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that topic instead.
That's what I'll remember, because I remember that game specifically being like, what are you doing?
Yeah.